May 14th, 1948. The Declaration of the Jewish State of Israel. I have strong and divided feelings about this important news, a dream 2,000 years old, the fulfillment of the diasporan hope. I have said too often, if I forget thee, O Jerusalem, to feel unaffected. But it is not Zionism that moves me. Zionism is not the establishment of the true Zion. The true Zion reconciles Jew, Arab, and Christian. The true Zion can never be nationalistic. Nationalism always courts bloodshed and competition and the horror of war. Holy war, how can one hate the Arabs for defending the land they have lived in while we Jews were dispersed over the whole earth? Always there have been people like me who opposed war in all of its forms, and there were people, Jews in 48 and in 17 and in every critical moment in our Zionist history that have said, wait, stop, I don't think this is a good idea.
My parents never taught me to extend my concept of social justice to include Palestinians. My parents, my schools, my newspapers never encouraged me to hold Israel accountable for its acts of aggression. And now I am angry. You talk about self-hatred? I'll tell you about self-hatred. I'll tell you a story of Arab Jews coerced into changing their names and dropping their native tongues upon entry into this new country, claiming to embrace all of our brothers and sisters, and then exploited in the fields, settled in border towns, brown buffer zones for Jews with white skin afraid to face the dangers of their own colonial project.
When I went there when I was 17, I went on a USY Israel-Poland pilgrimage trip. So you go to Poland for a week first, and you experience all of the concentration camps, and then you go to Israel for 5 weeks. And it was, on that trip, nobody says to you, by the way, there's a whole Palestinian narrative. Nobody even mentions to you that there's Palestinian neighborhoods, that that these people exist. It's not a part of what you're being taught. It's not a part of what you're learning. It's not a part of your experience or your journey. And I think a lot of what I was getting when I was 17 was coming from a place of fear. Like a place of actual fear that potentially our people won't exist. And if you had people that you lost in the Holocaust, that's where that fear comes from. Or if you had people that were lost in the pogroms, that's where that fear comes from. But it's not the way that I want to live. I want to live coming from a place of hope and coming from a place of real understanding.
It's really significant to me that we've named our campaign, If Not Now When. If we're not going to use the high holiday period, the New Year and Yom Kippur, as a period where we're really going to look inside ourselves and see what we really stand for, and are we really willing to continue to support the ethnic cleansing and military occupation and oppression that Israel is perpetrating in Lebanon and Palestine? If we're not going to try to reflect on that now, then when are we going to?